Hello everyone. Once again, we are back with yet another interesting episode of Tek Tok Thursdays by Impact. Living a healthy life might seem like a tall order, the nutrition, the exercise, and the inner happiness. But having some friendly advice at your disposal, wherever and whenever you need it, makes it easier and more fun. Finding credible information about nutrition on the internet stands up to really serious scientific scrutiny. Therefore, how can you be sure as to what you're reading is accurate and unbiased? To put an end to all of these problems, Esosa, who has founded Waffl, the personal health provider app that helps an individual seize control of their lifestyle as well as prevent lifestyle diseases and incorporate them into wellness. Today, we have with us the founder of Waffl, who is going to decode the art and science of nutrition and well-being. Hello, Esosa. It's indeed a pleasure to have you with us today. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you very much for the introduction. It was fantastic. So I hope I live up to your expectations here.
Thank you. So let's get started. Are you ready?
I'm very ready, yes.
So when I came across Waffl, I honestly thought it's going to be maybe a sweet shop that's selling tasty treats, right? But to my surprise, it's an app for health, nutrition, and fitness instead. So why and how did you come up with the idea of naming a fitness app like Waffl?
Well, I think with health in general, there's always it's always something which is relatively difficult for a lot of people to get into. You know, they know the benefits of it, but at the same time, there's pressure and there is a pain associated with it. You know, exercise is very strenuous on the body. It can be a bit boring sometimes. When it comes to healthy eating, it's sometimes not the most enjoyable food and pretty bland for the most part. So we thought up, look, let's give a name to our product, which is basically giving more of a positive spin onto it. And we're trying to give a message as well. And the message being that with health, it doesn't necessarily have to be, it doesn't necessarily have to be boring. It doesn't necessarily have to be bland food. It can be exciting. It can be fun. It can be sweet. And also life is about balance. By working hard, exercising, you can't punish yourself. It's about enjoying the journey. And you're also allowed to have a sweet treat, every now and then, just like a waffle. But also, Waffl is an acronym. It stands for We Are Fit for Life. So that's why we came up with the name. That's why we came up with the approach to name the company as we have.
That's a very interesting approach and a very interesting idea behind it. Exercise, nutrition, well-being, and health, they seem to be your elements of focus. So how does Waffl help tailor health plans for different individuals?
So the app has a huge database behind it, and it works off a very, very complicated algorithm. So the aim being is that each individual, when they log onto the app, will have an exercise program and a nutrition program that's tailored to them. We're trying to mimic the behavior and the actions of a personal trainer or a nutritionist. Usually when people go to a personal trainer, the trainer will assess them, look at their physique, look at what their goals are, and then create a plan and program for them to follow. And obviously the trainer would help them along the way. We are taking those actions and that behavior that a personal trainer or a health professional that will provide and put that into an app. So in a nutshell, that's how the app works.
That's great. But I believe that there are also a ton of other health apps out there, right? So tell us what differentiates Waffl from the rest of the pack.
Well, there's a myriad of different health apps, but what differentiates us from the others is two things. Usually you have apps which focus on on nutrition. You have apps which focus on exercise, but you don't have many apps which combine exercise, nutrition, and wellness into one package. On top of it, usually with a lot of the apps, they tend to give you something which is quite generic. It's a one-size-fits-all solution. Our solution, as I've mentioned before, based on the algorithm in the app, is very, very tailored and very, very unique. So if you have 1,000 people logging onto the app, they're going to get different programs and different workouts based on who they are, based on their persona, based on who they are, and based on what goals they would want to achieve.
That's amazing. Waffle also has a corporate wellness health app, right? So how important do you think corporate wellness is, and how do employees benefit from it?
Well, that's a good question. So the that's really the end game for Waffle. I know we provide elements for the individual, but we feel that there's an alignment between ourselves and what a corporate company wants to do. Specifically, if we're speaking to HR department of a particular company or a health insurance firm. And the benefits are very, very obvious. They get people healthier. For a corporate company and for HR indirectly, the aim would be to get employees healthy, because a healthy employee is a productive employee, and it will impact the bottom line as well. For health insurance companies, there's a strong benefit as well there, because health insurance companies want to reduce the amount of claims they give out. So they do this by ensuring that their policyholders are healthy. And this is where our app comes in. So we provide this towards corporate companies, and we white label our solution, meaning we provide it towards the specific company or to the specific health insurance provider, remove our name or association of our name, and they can put their own likeness and branding to it, so that their employees can have a connection, especially associated with that particular company.
Interesting. As we all know, COVID-19 has now become a pandemic, and the need of the hour is to be more aware of our mental as well as our physical well-being. Do you think more people would now be encouraged to take their health and nutrition more seriously? How can Waffle help in doing so?
Well, it's a very tough stance, and I don't want to take a very arrogant route with it and give a sell and start saying that Waffle will be the solution to COVID-19, which in fact it's not. I think this is a pandemic which has reached to the furthest level of humanity, and this is something which has got nothing to do with apps, got nothing to do with anything else, but it's about survival and doing things, for the right of living, really. But what I will say is that a lot of the prescription from governments around the world is about being locked down and being quarantined. And when you're sat at home for a long period of time, the two things which will be challenged are your physical and your mental well-being. There's going to be a lack of movement, and then there's obviously going to be a lack of social interaction. We're social creatures. When that element is removed from us, then there's going to be a mental turmoil or struggle associated with it. The way that our app provides guidance and help with that is because, from a physical standpoint, people can't go to the gym. Our app provides body weight and home workouts that people can prescribe to. So it actually fits in very well from the physical standpoint. From the mental standpoint, there is a link from physical exercise for the proper nutrition and proper guidance. And there is clinical studies and figures which show that physical, psychological well-being has an impact in terms of your levels of depression, anxiety, stress, and so on and so forth. So our prescription lends its well both to the physical and to the mental.
Amazing. Lastly, is there any message that you would like to share with our audience?
This is unprecedented times right now, and again, I'm not trying to speak through a level of arrogance here. I'm just trying to be as sincere as possible, and all I would say really is to people to be safe, be healthy, but also be mindful. And there is right now things which we are out of our control. We cannot do certain things, and that's how life is right now. But there are certain things which you can do or which are in your control. So It's important to take care of your mental space. It's important to take care of your physical wellness and to concentrate on that, because what this has taught us in a roundabout way is that the most important thing that we have on this earth is our health. And if you can do things which can help and contribute towards that, then I prescribe and I implore you to do so. Okay, that's all I have. And obviously, try and have a smile and be happy as well. That's very, very crucial. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Esosa, for taking time to engage with us. I think it's time that we take our health and our well-being seriously, because this pandemic has raised an alarming question as to how at times we've taken our health and nutrition for granted. I hope more such people are encouraged to take the right step in the right direction. Also, a big thanks to our audience for patiently listening to us as always. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay happy. Thank you.